So I'm with Yoshihanaa, Team Snoop, voice
I
the voice. Hi, season 28. I've got to ask, first of all, I'm horrible at time management. I am assuming when you're following a music career, full-time job, raising a family, and then you're sacrificing all that time for the voice for a period of time. What is the key to your bleeping time management? Because kudos to what you do on a daily basis.
thank you very much. I really don't know the answer to it. And honestly, if I had the answer to that, I could probably tell you the winning numbers for the lottery. But I think I just sleep when I can. I make sure that I take care of myself. I prioritize my health and I make sure that I eat energy rich foods so that, I don't get that, what do you call it? After you eat, you get super sleepy. I just make sure that I take care of myself. That way, when it's time to get up and go, I can get up and go. I like walking, so I prioritize walking in the mornings, early in the mornings, and that gives me a great mid-morning boost. Take a cat nap because I'm at that age now to where naps are very important. 30 minutes will do the trick, but mainly just take care of myself and prioritize everything.
You was just watching the battles and the coaching and whatnot. I forget. I think it was Lizzo, or it could have been Snoop, but I think it was Lizzo who said that you have a God-given natural ability, and then her analysis was sometimes it's very easy for you to do that. But I'm wondering how cool is it to have that kind of compliment on a daily basis from people who listen to your voice? But obviously, and Lizzo knows that to have that God-given ability, I'm sure how much work is involved with that, even though it might be in your DNA.
It is in my DNA. My great grandfather was an amazing vocalist and he was in a quartet band all of his life throughout his late teens to the day that he went to glory. To get a compliment like that from people that know and hear me all the time, it's great, it's reassuring. But to hear something like that from someone who I would say is in the upper echelon of entertainment, it's heartwarming. It's almost surreal because it's like you're not just looking at me, you're listening to me and you're hearing something that's obviously moved you to a point to where you have to say it and you have to illustrate it in words. And it I wanted to cry, but I was on camera, so I couldn't cry. But I wanted to cry because a compliment like that, it just really validates everything that I've worked towards as far as investing time and discipline into my craft. So it almost made me cry.
One thing I learned this season was how much work it takes to even get on the blinds. Was that is that a hard process just to even get on the stage, let alone get that chair turn? How much work do you put into that?
You put a lot of work into it if you're serious about it. Me personally, I practiced my blind audition song every day, what felt like all day, every day. It is a lot of work, but it's the good kind of work that will help you in the long run as this becomes your career. You're going to need to learn that discipline to rehearse and figure out exactly how you want to deliver this song. That way, when it's time for you to present it on stage, there's no room for error because you've mastered exactly how you're going to deliver this very important song at this very important moment.
What was the decision for you to actually join The Voice? Because in Atlanta, it seems your music career is thriving as well, along with your day job, raising the family, because you're putting up a lot of sacrifice to get to this step. What made it worthwhile for you? And in retrospect, what surprised you about that whole process?
What made me decide to audition for The Voice was the mere fact that I moved from Orlando, where my career was also budding in entertainment, to Atlanta. And the reason that I moved is because I wanted more visibility. I wanted to explore better networking options with people or the who's who's that could help push me or put me into arenas that I belonged in because of my talent. So when somebody brought up, "Hey, you should do The Voice. Have you ever thought about it?" I said, "No, absolutely not. No, absolutely not." And they were like, "I think you should give it a shot because I think it's everything that you're looking for. If you make it to the blind auditions, then there's your visibility, there's that virality factor, and it's going to put you in those places to where people that can help further your career, that's where they're going to be and that's where they're going to notice you." So that was the reason why I decided that I was going to audition for The Voice. But yeah, in Atlanta, one could say that I had already achieved, mass success in the live entertainment realm, but that's not it. That's not the end goal. The end goal is to be able to create and make music and share that music with the world.
On that point, live entertainment versus a live recording in the studio, how do you see those two worlds? Are they both equal passions for you, or how does one compare for someone like me who's not in the know?
Got it. So, as much as I enjoy creating art, as far as music, I enjoy writing, composing, and recording my own music right here in my in home studio. I get way more pleasure and way more of an energy transfer performing it live. So, the creation of the music, the studio recording, that has to happen so you can give people something tangible to hold on to. But live entertainment on the stage, that give and take of energy from the crowd with the band, that's where the magic happens. So to me, they're equal in priority, but I enjoy performing way more.
Since that talent has been God given for you in your DNA, the live entertainment performing in front of an audience, was that ever a hurdle that you had to jump over or not? Was it always ingrained with you?
Yes and no. So I was always a dancer. I was always in ballet and cheerleading and step in liturgical dancing in church. So I was always in front of an audience. However, until maybe about 10, 11 years ago, I got in front of an audience to sing. And that was a different type of nerve. That was a different type of fear. And I had to get used to it. So even though entertaining and performing and being in the arts was always in me, and I've always done it, when I started singing, that was a whole different set of nerves that I had to learn how to manage and develop over the years. And now that I got it, I got it. But yeah, singing did not come easy in front of people because that's not naturally where I started.
The cliche is this person, he or she can sing the phone book. And I always wondered what that second part of that question is. And my second part of the question is, if they can sing the phone book, is there a song that this person finds it very hard to sing? So with someone like you who is on that upper echelon, is there a
Thank you.
song that is very tough for you to sing? Because I would think that's impossible to find.
Okay, so at one point I would have said that it would have been Celine Dion's All by Myself. But now I had the opportunity to sing that at a wedding a few years back, and I killed that. I killed it. I made it my own. I respected the record, but I killed that. So I'm no longer afraid of that song. But now it is still to this day Beyonce's Love on Top. I cannot do it. I can't swing it. I can't, if I try to make it my own, it sounds ridiculous. I hate my version of it. So that is the song that I feel like I have not mastered to this day.
You're a humble person, but is it kind of cool to know that you haven't mastered something to this day in a weird way? Because if you feel like you have control over everything, that's a whole different.
Right. Please don't tell Beyonce I said that song frightens me. That is a song that I literally work on as often as it pops into my mind. I think about it, I hum, I do my straws, and I really try to, work on shifting from diaphragm to chest voice to head voice when needed because she does all of that. And that is not something that I can say I have mastered in the split time that it takes to do it in that song. Just the chorus, I can't do it yet.
With all the success you've had in your life, especially with the stuff with what's going on in the voice and all the feedback that you're getting from people who love your performances and love your journey, is that almost sec? Does that come in second compared to the feeling and the joy that you get from your own family and loved ones to see you thriving like this? What is that feeling like, and is it hard to describe into words? Put into words.
I don't get nearly as pleasure reading comments and looking at tags and mentions that I do as being on stage. And a reason for that is for over a decade, I've trained myself to stay out of the comments. I catch some of it and I try to just pay attention or react to the positive ones. I do catch one of the negative ones. And so I've just trained myself to not even look sometimes, post the content, share it with everybody, let people chime in the comments. But I don't really go back and I try to read them and scroll. I don't do that. So I'm going to say that being on stage is far more pleasurable than reading the comments and seeing the overload of love and support online. I've just trained myself not to look at it. And I kind of want to, but I have to stay disciplined with what I taught myself because I don't perform for the comments. I don't perform for the online criticism or comments or anything like that. I leave it all on the stage, and then I look forward to the next time I can see those same people at another concert.
I'm assuming that because with your journey on The Voice, working with different musicians and meeting other artists of just different persuasions and passions must have been really inspirational for you. But what did you learn as far as working with so many different people, and how did that help maybe hone your craft, I suppose?
Yes, I learned that I can work with a lot of different people from different backgrounds that sing different genres that have totally different singing scales or styles from myself. I learned that I can and I enjoy working with other people and learning from them, sharing what I know, encouraging them, getting that encouragement back, just building a community. I will say that each and every person that I came in contact with while I was auditioning for the blinds and working with other people through the battles too are going to be some of my lifelong friends. And I think that a lot of us are going to go on to make incredible music together. That's going to bring different cultures together, different genres together. So I learned about myself that I enjoy working with people with different backgrounds and different genres and different singing styles. And I'm happy that I got the opportunity to do that. That was priceless.
China, my last question to you is just generally, where does your work ethic and motivation come from? Because you seem to have a very laser focus on what you do.
I have a lot of people that are rooting for me to make something of myself, not because they need me to make something of myself. I have a lot of people rooting for me because they saw it before I did. And by me and my work ethic continuing to push me into the direction that I want to go, that is going to inspire so many people from my hometown, so many people from the city that I live in now who want to do the same thing, just don't have a roadmap or just don't have someone that has a leg in or a foot in the industry. I'm doing this for my grandmother. My grandmother always encouraged me and told me that I can be anything that I wanted to be. And when I decided that I wanted to be an entertainer for live music, she said, and you go and you be the best entertainer. And I'm doing it for my babies as well. I want to change our lives. I want to make life a little bit easier for them. And if this is a pathway for me to do that, then this is the path that I'm going to put the most effort and dedication and honestly my all into. So I got people rooting for me and I'm rooting for me too. I want to change my entire family's life experience by what God gave me.
And it's my bad because I haven't gotten Spotify. If you have any tracks or singles out there, can you just talk about some of your future music? You talked about your own studio. I'm excited
Yes.
to actually download whatever you have online. So
Yes, I'm excited. I do have a 7-track EP that's going to come out in 2026 about springtime. And then the music that I have out, I have a track called Can I? That's more of a Valentine's night track, if you get my point. And then I have a song called Read Your Mind. And that's a song about, being in love with someone, but you're at a breaking point and you're not a mind reader. So just tell me what we can do to fix it. It's like a, open the sunroof and ride down to Aventura Mall type of track in Miami. And I have a song called Rainbow Ribbon that's dedicated to my grandmother. So you'll find all of my music that's already out on Apple Music, on Spotify, any streaming device, is any streaming platform, it's already out. So I hope everybody has a chance to enjoy that.
thank you, Yoshihanaa. Appreciate you and continued success. And thank you for
Mhm.
your time.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a wonderful day.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. For more movie and television reviews and interviews, please subscribe to my Deepest Dream channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, thanks so much for your support. Take care. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. For more movie and television reviews